Hey, what's up? All right, so where do we begin with this? Where do I start? I really don't know. I don't know because I've been a Washington Redskins fan since forever. 38 years old, started playing sports when I was 6, and I've I came into an organization that was consistently competitive, consistently in the playoffs, and was not an embarrassment to this league. Was not a it was not an embarrassment to its fans, and was not an embarrassment to the city as a whole. Enter the Daniel Snyder era. It didn't take long for this organization to become an embarrassment. It didn't take long for mediocrity to be accepted. Winning off the field was more important than winning on it. And basically, if you fast forward to the release of DJ Swearinger, because he was right about how a coach could not figure out a way to put his players in a better position to win down the stretch. Not necessarily the head coach, but a defensive coordinator who I guess at this point has not said one word to even be a man and address DJ Swearinger in the first place. But I understand the whole team dynamics, keep things in house, and understanding that DJ Swearinger has gone public with a whole bunch of stuff in multiple occasions. That being said, he still was right, and you don't cut him because of it. Suspend him maybe for the rest of the season to reattack it in the offseason and possibly see what goes on, because what I've noticed is that this team this year has showcased that they have no ability to think long term whatsoever. None. Every move has been short sighted. Even thinking at quarterback has been short sighted. And it seems like this organization does not learn from its mistakes. It's not capable of adapting their tactics. It starts at the top, honestly. Daniel Snyder needs to sell this team. He's not going to sell the team, obviously, because as long as he continues to make money, he is going to hold on to this team, and this team will continue to operate in the fashion that it has been operating on, which is crazy that an owner is willing to sacrifice winning on the field to continue winning off of it. Bruce Allen needs to be fired. Jay Gruden needs to be fired. The whole coaching staff, minus a few coaches here and there, but obviously, if you fire the head coach, you might as well fire the whole rest of the staff. Needs to be fired. It's just no excuse where a team. Now, people are going to be like, well, they've had the most injuries, especially to their starters. They have like 15 to 18, almost 20 players on IR. Then somebody else needs to be fired. How about the medical staff? How about the strength and everybody needs to be fired. Daniel Snyder needs to sell the team. The whole coaching staff, strength and conditioning staff needs to be fired. If Daniel Snyder is going to keep the team, he really needs to understand that winning on the field is way more important than winning off of it. I'm like, you want to win off the field. That's true. But that shouldn't be the number one priority. You shouldn't always have to rely on your marketing and PR to keep your team relevant. What keeps sports teams relevant is winning. And Daniel Snyder has failed to understand that concept. Because if he learned anything, I don't know why some people think, oh, he's changed, he's more hands off, and blah, blah, blah. He still has the same approach. Winning off the field is more important than winning on it. And if somebody comes in to the organization with a winning past, they find out quickly that winning is not as important in DC as far as with the football team, because obviously the hockey team figured it out. And by the way, big ups to the Stanley Cup defending Stanley Cup champions, the Washington Capitals, for figuring out that winning on the ice was more important than winning off of it. Matter of fact, they don't even have to win off of it. They won off of it because they won on it. So it's just frustrating being a Redskins fan for so long and dealing with this crap of a team. And no, you're not going to have me scream and shout like some fans do, like the one Eagles fan that, cussing and doing all that stuff. No. The team is frustrating to watch. It's frustrating to hear in the news the dumb moves that they keep making, especially the blunder at quarterback. Not the initial move. The moves thereafter when we lost our quarterback to not sign Kaepernick and obviously the league's not signing him because they're all blackballing him. To mixed messages coming from Jay Gruden, which he's been a liar since day one, honestly. I'm like, Josh Johnson, just running the offense with Josh Johnson just completes the lie altogether, because I do remember him saying when Griffin was at quarterback, oh, we're not going to run read option all day. What they have been running after Griffin has left, the RPO, or some form of it. They ran read option with Kirk Cousins. They ran it in times, but they ran it a lot more than what he was telling people he was going to. So, I don't know. I think I will continue to be a fan of the team. I am going to watch them, but I am going to watch them and not feel a goddamn thing for this team. I don't feel sorry for any of the front office staff that lose their jobs over this. I don't feel sorry for any suits in that organization. I feel more for the players of that organization that have to deal with this crap, this circus, as was described by a former player, in which now you see a whole bunch of former players coming out and saying exactly what, honestly, I've always thought, and what people have always thought of this organization is a joke. It just... And, of course, you have people who have believed the coaching staff, have believed the front office this whole entire time, even when you got former players that are saying the same exact thing as DJ Swearinger is saying. Even though DJ Swearinger was wrong for going public with it, he wasn't wrong. And I think that we're prioritizing the going public with it over the fact that he was correct, that he is right. And I think it begs the question in the end overall, because this is a football organization. This is not Six Flags. This is not, whatever. They have to win on the field. They can't win on the field. They shouldn't make money. For some reason, this team continues to make money despite the fact that they're mediocre and they don't consistently win ball games, especially at home. But that's me questioning the fan base that continues to give this team their money. Stop doing that. That's the only way, that's the only language that Daniel Snyder understands. When he starts losing money is the moment he will either change or sell the team, because at some point he's gonna be like, you know what, this is a sinking ship. I need to sell it while it's at its most valuable for the time being, and I can dump it off and I can run away. Because to tell you the truth, he should have never had the team in the first place. It should have stayed in the family with the Cooks, and it should have been that. That should have been it. But anyway, I'm just really just sick of this organization just making dumbass decisions over hurt feelings. You know, letting go of Scott McLuhan over hurt feelings because everyone likes him over Bruce Allen. Bruce Allen all in his feelings. You know, even certain players all in their feelings because we signed somebody else. Bashad Breeland, I'm talking about you, son, being hurt and all in your feelings and your play being affected because we had traded for Josh Norman. All we did was try to solidify the corner position, and you got in your feelings, and then you proceeded to get toasted, and you were cut for a reason because you were in your feelings, point blank. So I don't know. I just don't know. I'll probably, when we do the podcast next week for first and frame rates, I probably will just refer people to this video because there's not going to be enough time on that podcast to explain my rant on this team. You'll just have to catch it here on this channel as one of the few new videos that I will post, because I'm probably not worried about posting videos anymore. Other than that, that's all I got to say. I wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I just got home from work. Thought I'd get this out the way so that way I can go into Christmas with no conscience about this team, because that's some bullshit, Washington. That was some bullshit. Can't believe that it was better to cut a star player than to just suspend him and then deal with the consequences and deal with that in the off season. Just that's it. I'm done. Peace. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, everybody. Peace.